Hi, my name is Samantha and welcome to today's video. Today I have a huge haul for you. Let's get into it. So all these fabrics were purchased at Joann's. They were purchased with two different times. I had first placed an online order of about it was 86.88 on January 2nd, and my whole order got canceled. So I was like, all right, great. And so then I placed another order expecting part of it to get canceled, but only 2 out of the 22 got canceled. So the original total was like 250 or something, I can't remember, but at the end of the day it ended up being $213.32. I made that purchase on the 4th, and literally the last one just got delivered yesterday, which was the 22nd. So it took about what is that? So 22 for 18 days for all of the fabrics to come. I placed it all at one time, and it came in 2 different boxes and 6 like packages, like these things. So it was extremely inefficient how it was sent to me. I don't know if they all came to the same place. That's the next thing I need to look to see if they all came from the same warehouse. That would make sense if they came from different warehouses. But if they came from the same warehouse, that is such a waste. Anyways, oh, and then the other purchase is that I went in store. So there were 3 attempts, right? The first one got canceled, the whole thing. The second one I placed online and it was slowly coming in. And then the third was I went in, because online you can only order 2 yards and higher in increments of 1 yard. So when I went in store, I ordered 20 inches at a time. I'll explain that later, but let me first start off with the online purchases. So over here, I have some interfacing. This is SF 101. This is 2 yards. Like I said, most stuff is 2 yards. I'm just gonna throw stuff in a bin over here on the floor. So this is 2 yards of SF 101. And if you haven't already watched the video where I talked about everything that we're gonna be doing this year, I ordered a new insert for the pop-up pouch so we can try it again. And then I also want to use it like for some other projects as well. This is just a good neutral fabric. This is just some dots, some black and white dots. Like the wine bag project, I don't know if I'll need extra lining fabric. So I was just trying to find some animal prints and some neutrals is what I was going for here. This is some watermelons, which I think will be great jar openers. All of this fabric, for the most part, is quilting cotton, which means that it's meant for jar openers. We've got these koalas, and like I said, everything in this section is 2 yards. And they were all on sale, and then I had a coupon. We've got some strawberries, pandas. I really love this one. I'm a sucker for pumpkins. They're like little sketched pumpkins. Another strawberry. Again, I figured half of this would get canceled. I think these are funny. Look at these cows. Okay, so those are all the smaller cuts. That big piece of black fabric was 8 yards. And then we have a bunch that came on bolts. So this is actually navy. I think that's so pretty. This is gray. So these two are friends, right? They're from the same collection. So I think that'll be nice to be able to make neutral corresponding projects. This is another great lining fabric. Lining or accent. I thought this was a great masculine fabric. You know, I get told all the time, like the jar openers or the towels, oh, like I want to buy it for my dad. Do you have any masculine prints? So that's what I was going for. I can't make the towel out of this, but for the jar openers or other product. And I've got 16 yards of this one. I love this one. It's black and white dots. It's so pretty. I think it's a really great neutral. So another one of this. And then these came in the mail as well. So this is 2 yards again. Unicorns. This is like mac and cheese noodles. I think this is so fun. I think that's gonna be a good seller. Got some bees. Okay, these two I ordered 8 yards, but like this one I believe is 7 yards and this one is 5 yards. or maybe I haven't flipped, one of them is 5 yards and one of them is 7 yards because they didn't give me the whole cut. I just hope that they are one piece. I don't want to deal with a bunch of smaller pieces. And I didn't realize that this one has like green in it. I think that's so pretty. I actually really like this one. I don't like this one that much, but I still think it's a great neutral to like go inside of stuff, but I wouldn't want to make like placemats out of it. I don't think it's cute enough. And then we've got the last 2 yard cut, which is some watermelon. Okay, so let me throw these to the side. All right, so that was the whole online order. So that was $213 worth of fabric. I'll add up how much the yardage is down below. Or you know what? I'll give you the yardage at the very end of this video. Put your guesses down below how much yardage you think it is. So the thread, this is the Gutermann. This is, the white is 20 and the black is number 10. That's like the, if you were selecting it online, what number you would use. And they are both 1,000 meters. And so I usually just at the end of the year, like each year, buy enough to meet whatever the deal is. For example, this was buy 3 get 3, so they were essentially 50% off. They were $10 each, so getting 6 of them was $60, but it was actually $30, and then I had a $5 coupon, so it was $25 for all of this thread. This thread will last me a good while, and I meant to check my thread before I left the house and I forgot. So I checked it right before this video, and I have 3 whites and 3 blacks left over. So I have more than enough thread for the next year or 2. So I don't need to buy thread for a while, but I'd rather get it on sale and have it on hand. So these guys will just go into that bag with the other threads. Now over here is what I purchased in store. So I was in store for a couple hours, and when I was in store, this was after I had placed the $200 online purchase and only some of it had shipped. So I didn't know at that point what was gonna get canceled and what was gonna actually come to me. So for example, I ended up getting a half, I think this is half yard or maybe a yard. Sorry for the loudness. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is my receipt from in the store. Not for the thread. The thread was one purchase and then the fabric was another purchase. Let's see. If I can't find it, we'll give up. But I think it's 1 yard. I don't see it on here. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not certain. I think I ended up getting a yard. I was only gonna order half a yard, but then I found out that SF101 isn't sold folded. Most fabrics are folded on the bolt, which means that it's 40 inches wide. This is only 20 inches wide. So getting a yard is this much fabric, which is not that much. So I didn't know how much I needed, and I didn't know if the 2 yards from online was going to come or not. So I figured I'd get some to just have some on hand, and it was still on sale. So this was like $3 or something. But when I went to the Joann's in person, so the first thing I did is I went to the clearance section and I found all of the quilting cotton that I liked. And so that was, let's see, all of this right here, all of the quilting cotton, and I went up to the counter and I said I want everything. Before I did that, I went and I found this cotton flannel for towels. This is for a commission piece, so I'm gonna make a like this whole thing into towel sets. And then I also went and found some seasonal fabric, and I got smaller amounts of that. So this all was one cut at the cutting station, and this was another cut because I was there for hours, because it takes a long time for them to cut it. So like I said, this is cotton flannel, and this was on sale. I'm gonna make some towels out of this for a commission project. Let me know if this reminds you of anything in the comments down below. There's a certain animal that this reminds me of, and it just like catches my eye. And then all of these guys, I got everything that was left on the bolt. They're all quilting cotton. So this is like a good neutral. I thought this would make good jar openers, these little bees. I don't know if this will work for jar openers. It's a little large, but they're koalas. We're gonna give it a shot. These are little bugs on leaves. I thought that was pretty cute. This is some combs. I don't know, like, could that be masculine, feminine? I don't know. I just thought that was cute. Gnomes are really in, and so are succulents. So some gnomes and succulents. Come back to this one. I really like this one. I wish there was more of it. I think this will make a great masculine jar opener. This one, once again, like the koala, I'm not sure if this will work for jar openers because of the way that the pattern is dispersed. I think this will make super cute jar openers. I love this fabric. I like the color of it. It just, it catches my eye. Like, it's so nice looking. I really like it. So let me throw these aside. Okay, and then this is shirting material. And shirting material makes the most wonderful napkins. So this was a lot on the bolt. There was quite a bit here. And so I was just like, I'll take the whole thing because we are gonna use these for our Groundhog Day project. So I'm really excited about that. So when I went to the cutting counter and I had this whole first stack and I said, okay, I want everything that's on this. Oh, I'm sorry, these as well. Let me tell my story in a second. So I went and I picked a Valentine's, a St. Patrick's Day, and an Easter fabric. Oh, this was part of the giving everything on the bolt. There's some little bunnies and scarves. Again, good jar openers. And then I went and I picked this guy out for jar openers. So this is 20 inches. And then I picked this fabric. I love the blue and the green. So St. Patrick's Day jar openers. And then I feel like I'm missing one. There should be a flower one. Okay, when I find it, I'll show you, but there should be a flower one to go with this. This is part of like the state prints. So because I'm in Pennsylvania, this is like Liberty Bells and stuff. So once again, I got 20 inches. So these I all got 20 inches because these were like $6 a yard. They were much more expensive, so I only got a little bit. And then this guy I got 1 yard. It's watercolor eggs because I want to make for the Easter project, instead of jar openers, I want to make Easter baskets. So I think that'll be super cute. And then this guy. And there should be a flower one with the state flower. I don't know why it wasn't with these other ones. I feel like I'm going crazy. Hi, hello there. Sorry about that. Let me interrupt your haul for a moment, please. Sorry about that. As soon as I finished recording this haul, I got a text from Joann's. Your fabric just got delivered. So, yeah, I guess we weren't done. There was one more chunk of this guy. So I guess this had 2 pieces to it. I don't know. So that happened. And I found the fabric that I was missing. It was this fabric, which I think is super cute. And it's really similar to that of the Virginia state flower, which is the dogwood. I don't know if I have any right here. I love the dogwood fabric. I mean, I love florals, but I would love to get some more of it. They are phasing out these state fabrics, so you can only buy it in the state that you're in. So I need to go back down to Virginia to be able to buy more, but it's the Dogwood is the Virginia state flower. And I also forgot to mention, you know, when we set our budget for the year, you know, the 12 goals was to only spend $500 on fabric a year. Well, after this haul, which was $438.32, that means I only have $61.68 for the rest of the year. Will we be able to do it? I don't know. Go ahead and subscribe and stick around if you want to find out. Okay, I don't know how it could have grown legs and walked away, but there was also a like Pennsylvania state flower one that I got 20 inches of. So I'm not sure what happened there. Anyways, I had this whole first stack and I asked the lady, okay, tell me how much this costs, because I didn't know, because it was just like, give me the rest, give me the rest, give me the rest. So I had no idea how much it would cost. I was thinking like $150, $200, and she was like, you're at 99. And I was like, what? Like, I can get so much more fabric. I was so excited. So then for this second pile, what I did is I knew I wanted to get $100 worth of fabric for jar openers. And so I did the cost of the fabric. So the fabric was originally $7.99 and it was on sale. I'm trying to find it on the receipt here. It was they were originally $7.99 a yard, on sale for $4.99 a yard. And so I calculated with $100 worth how much I could get for $5 a yard, which was 40 prints. And so I got, instead of getting a half yard, the reason why I got 20 inches of a lot of these is a half yard is 18 inches, and 18 inches is exactly how much I need to make 9 jar openers, because I need 6x6 3 times. And so instead of getting 18 inches, which may not be a true 18 inches, the half yard, because when they cut it, it may be uneven. When I go to serge it, when I go to pre-wash it, it may shrink. The reason why I got 20 inches is for a little bit of leeway, because when we get to the cutting stages, I actually need 18 inches. So for all of these, I got 20 inches instead of half yard, so that I will actually have a half yard worth of usable fabric is the end goal. And for each of these, it was like each of the 20 inches is $277, which I can make 9 jar openers, which I believe was like $54 worth of jar openers. And 9 jar openers is like a half a thing of shelf liner, which is like 50 cents. So well worth it. But so I got $100 and $100, and that's how it ended up being $200. So let me show you the 20 inches. Sorry if my brain was a little frazzled there. I wanted to pick 40 different fabrics, but I ended up only picking 35. This was a much smaller Joann's than the Joann's I've been to in Northern Virginia. So I wouldn't necessarily go to this Joann's again. I would go to a different one if I were to go, but then again, I spent most of my budget for the year already. But my goal here was to find animal prints, hobby prints, that sort of deal. These are all for jar openers. And being with the fabric by 20 inches, I'll be able to get 9 jar openers, and we'll have some left over, which will vary per project. And so we'll have another project to do with all of the leftover fabric. So starting here, I've got a beach fabric. Let me move this receipt. And then we have another beach fabric, some pink paw prints. I don't know how you describe this one. I think this is pretty cool. It's like peace signs and paw prints. This is like dog words. I like non-directional prints for jar openers. It makes it easier. These are just some like dogs with sunglasses. I think this will be a great seller, because it's like neutral and it hits the pet category. So I think that's going to be a big seller. And I'm so glad that I was able to go in store and get this huge variety. Like now I'm going to have 35 more prints available. Granted, right now I already have like hundreds of coasters, or sorry, not coasters, jar openers made, but I always want to expand my variety. And that's why it's better for me to go in store than to buy online, because I don't want 2 yards of all of these. Like, being able to get 20 inches and it being less than $3 for each cut is so helpful. Okay, those were all the dog prints. Now we're on to the cat prints. I think this one's pretty cool. I really like watercolor. I think it looks really nice. And I like this one too. Oh, I'm wrong. There's another dog one mixed in. So what I'm going to do after this video is I'm going to take all of these fabrics, and on the raw edges, I will serge them, and then I will wash them and dry them just using normal settings, just the normal wash, normal dry, so that if there's any bleeding or shrinking, that will happen. When I wash them, I'll use a product called Color Catcher, and that will catch all of the reds and the bleeding colors so that it doesn't get on the other fabrics. I also generally sort by like warms and cools, and this will take me a while to do this. I probably won't do the bolts for quite a while because I want to get all of this fabric. Oh, I love these sharks. I am a shark person. Sharks are my favorite animal. Once again, I don't know if this is necessarily going to work for jar openers. The pattern's a little large, but we're going to try. I want to have all of this cut up so that we can start working on the February jar opener challenge. I want to be able to make 600 jar openers in February, and February is next week. So I don't count part of the challenge as like procuring the fabric and prepping the fabric. I count it as like after it's been cut. That's when the countdown starts. So hopefully I can get to that point by next week. That's my hope. We'll see. I really like this one too. I don't know if the pattern's too spread out though. We'll see. I think that's super cool. And I like how it's not like childish dragons. This reminds me of Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, like the taco dial, but it's not. It's a dinosaur. That's the other thing I avoided. I avoided anything that's a trademark, anything that's patented, things like that. I don't want that. We're not doing that. It's against the law. All right. I personally love this fabric. I love the old lady florals. I am such an old lady floral person. And you may be wondering, you have all these thrift store hauls all the time. You have all of this fabric behind you. Just use that. Well, when I use this fabric that I found at the thrift store, people don't want to buy it. They don't want the florals. They don't want the solids. They want, oh, my dad does sewing. I need to get him the one with the bobbin on it. Oh, my mom loves camping. I'm going to buy her the one with the little campers on it. That's what people want to buy. So that's why I have to go out and buy this fabric new. I would love to buy it from somewhere that's not Joann's. I tried looking online before I went to this Joann's to find a different place to go, and there wasn't anything within like a 45-minute hour radius of me. So I'm not driving over an hour for a place I've never been that I don't know what their selection is like. Again, more masculine prints. This one's gonna work really well as a jar opener. Flamingos are popular. I think these are cute, little pigs. I personally do not like this fabric, but I think it definitely hits the boy fabric category. Boys, I feel like little crawly bugs. This one reminds me of the Lego movie, the Unikitty. Oops. I think this one's super cute too. I like the little ducks in the rain jackets. Once again, it's a watercolor one. We're almost to the end. These are little chickadees. I like that it's non-directional. And this is the last one. I really like this one. Obviously it's watercolor. Okay, there we go. That's the last one. So The next time you'll see this fabric, it will be all cut up and we'll be working on the 600 jar opener challenge. I might post a video like mid-February as an update, but it might not be until the end of the month when I have the wrap-up video. So it's going to take me a while to film this and to work on it throughout the month. So you may not see it till March, but let me know, do you guys want a follow-up video as I'm going along, or do you just want to see the end video all put together? Let me know what your favorite fabric was. Let me know what your least favorite fabric was. Let me know if there's an animal or a hobby or something that I need to look for that I'm missing in my stash here. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a wonderful day.